Welcome to Live Educational Support Desk, everybody. It's Thursday and we're live. So if you have not joined us live before, and you're watching us on Facebook, you can click the link in the event that's created there on Facebook. It's pinned up at the top, and you can actually come in the room with us. You can join us in the room. It's a great opportunity for you to set aside co-working time just for yourself, work on your Zenler site, build things, do marketing, whatever it is that your goal is right now. You could be working on that during Thursday support desk. My name is Allie Miriam, in case I didn't say that yet. And we are streaming this live to our Facebook group. We also use this video afterwards for our YouTube channel. So you can find the replays of all of our past support desk lives right there on YouTube. So I recommend you check that out if you're looking for information on support on different issues that people come to support desk with. And we want you to know that because we will also be, you will be on camera with us live in the Facebook group and on our YouTube channel. And also we do live on Tuesday. We have the accelerator program, and there's some information in our Facebook group on that. Also, oh, maybe not in the Facebook group. There's information in the Zenler community on that. Okay, let's go there. Let me show you. But this is our Zenler community on the tutorial site. So you can come here, you can get registered and signed in, and we post in here about the accelerator program. There's info in here for you right now. We also post in here about support desk and questions. I know a lot of you are used to hanging out in the Facebook group and going there to find answers to questions, because that has traditionally been where the Zenler community exchange of information and learning has happened over the years. But just like you are using your Zenler sites to build a community of your very own off of social media, right? Because we know today how important it is to have that owned space for yourself. So we are building our community on the Zenler site as well. So we're creating content there for you. We're creating training there for you. So if you are focused right now on your business, if you are focused on getting your business moving forward and you're trying to step a little bit outside of that whole social media content machine wheel that creators and course creators tend to get trapped in, then coming into the Zenler community where you don't have all of social media and different groups and different things distracting you. I know from personal experience that it's very easy when you're on social media to get distracted by the notifications and by posts and other things that you're interested in, distract you from doing the work that you went there to do. So having a community where you can go inside and you can focus on your learning, you can focus on taking actual implementation steps for your business to help move you forward, and be surrounded in a community of other creators who are doing the same thing. They have the same focus. They have the same mindset. They're asking questions that are being answered that are similar to the questions you have. So when you come into a community like that, it helps you keep your focus rather than distract your focus, right? You come into the community and you get the same education and you share your experience, right? You share, oh, I tried this and this worked for me. And somebody else will say, oh, that's great. I'm going to try that. So now you're learning, sharing what you've learned. Someone else is now going to try that. They share something they've tried that worked. You see that and you're going, oh, that's a good idea. Let me try that. all of those interactions are focused around your business and moving you forward, right? They're not focused on, oh, let's play on social media and talk about stuff. They're actual implementation things in your business. So I encourage you all to start coming in. We're here every Thursday. We are on the live support desk. And every Tuesday, we are live with the accelerator program. Okay. So you have those 2 times a week where you can get that focused time for your business and moving forward. And of course, the community on the tutorial site, that is there 24/7 for you. Okay. So remember that. And let's see, we have Daksha. Hopefully, I'm saying your name correctly. I'm going to go ahead and give you the ability to unmute and turn on your camera so that we can communicate. Hello, how are you today?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Did I say your name correctly?
Yes, you did, Daksha.
Oh, Daksha, thank you. Good, yay. How are you today? You
I'm very well. The sun is shining in Scotland, which makes a change.
oh, that is nice, isn't it? I was gonna say I'm in Florida, so I'm
Oh,
in
wow.
the Sunshine State, so I have sun most of the time.
Amazing.
Yes, 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 yes. So what are you working on your Zenler site right now?
So I am working on understanding live classes.
Oh, okay.
So what I want to do is I want to deliver online breathwork sessions.
Oh, lovely.
So I've been doing them face to face, and I want to test out if it works online. And I had a few questions around building live classes, so I hope I'm in the right place.
You are absolutely in the right place. And let me just tell you, I know people who have done such work on through online classes.
Okay,
And it's gone very well for them.
amazing.
So yeah, so I have all the faith in the world that you will be able to do that and it will be amazing. So yay.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So I just had some questions.
Okay.
First of all, to just sort of understand the platform in terms of setting up live classes.
Okay.
So I watched the tutorials and I've been kind of setting up the classes as I've been going along. So where I'm not clear is initially I started designing the online class as a course.
Okay.
And then when I watched the tutorial, and when you click on live and you click on classes live, that funnel automatically appears.
Mhm.
So what I wasn't sure about was if I create it just under live, does it um, have the same functionality as if I was creating it in courses, or do I have to still create it in courses and then put a link to the live classes? That's what I wasn't
Okay.
sure about.
Yes, yes, I know it is confusing. And here's part of the reason it's confusing. It's confusing partly because of the language that we're using around it, okay? So traditionally, off of the internet, before the internet existed, for those of us that have been around that long, right? When we hear course or class, they're kind of the same thing. We're taking a course at the
Okay,
college or we're taking a class at the college, right? The
right.
course means the whole program. The class is the one day that you're
Yeah,
there, right? So we have this language thing happening. And so when we say course or class, it can mean the same thing and it can get really jumbled up of which one we're talking about. So for you, it depends on what else you're doing. Are these classes part of a program that would be a
yeah.
course, or they're just individual classes that people can sign up for and attend? There's no before or after stuff. Okay, fabulous. Then you don't need a course at all. That's like you're setting up 2 containers and
Right.
combining them. And the reason that you would use 2 containers and combine them is if it was an actual program where you had different classes, you know?
No. So it's the same class that I'm hoping
Okay.
to run fortnightly. It's for an hour. it's going to be like my lead magnet. So it will be just funneling people
Okay,
to the class.
fabulous.
Okay. So
I'm
how
going to
does
share
it,
my screen with you
okay.
and we'll look around in that live area so
Okay.
that you can see what I'm talking about. But go ahead and finish asking your question. I did not
Uh,
mean to interrupt.
So the next question was if I was setting up, say, a marketing funnel, it would be like I'd have a page on my website, and then it would be like a landing page. So what I wasn't sure is how does the live class page, how do you show that on your website if you were directing people to it? Is it a
Okay.
standalone landing page, or
Yes,
does
it
it
can
sit,
be.
okay, or does it sit within your website?
But, yeah, kind of both.
Okay.
So let's look at it. We'll see. Yeah, I guess it depends on how you, again, it's like a language thing. So it depends. And that's so annoying to say and hear, I'm sure. Okay, so this is the live area.
Uh-huh.
Um, and so on this calendar, you will see things. You can actually have this calendar is a page on your site, and you can have this page, this calendar, as like a calendar homepage, or you can add that onto your homepage of your site, and it will list the live events that you have, your live classes, and they can click on it and it will take them directly into that registration page for that specific live. So that is one thing that you could do if that's what you're doing. You can advertise one big main calendar and them can clicking through. You can also promote the individual events through their actual landing page. It acts like a complete funnel for you.
Okay.
So I've never set any up in this test site. This one's new. So you have different options for the lives.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I set it up as a live class.
Which I'm not going to go ahead and then talk to you about all these other options and how they
Hmm.
connect or relate because my personal choice would always be to use a live class. So you've already chosen the one that gives you the most flexibility. So
Yeah.
just stick with that and go with it. So
Okay.
when we create a live class, we give it a name.
Yeah.
So we're talking about some breath work, whatever. So you can create these sessions,
Yeah.
set a date and a time.
Yeah.
Time zone. You're going to check your registration if you have Zenler Zoom or if you've integrated your own Zoom as well, but
Can I
Zenler Zoom is good.
can I
Yes.
ask the question, what is the difference between Zenler Zoom and Zenler Personal Zoom?
No, no, no. It's not Zenler Personal Zoom. It's your own personal Zoom that you can integrate into Zenler along with having access to Zenler Zoom. So if you're a pro or premium
Yeah.
member of Zenler, you
Yeah.
get access to the enterprise level Zoom inside of Zenler. But some
Ah,
people through their own Zoom accounts they may still pay for an extra Zoom account because of the booking system or some other features that they need more extended lives than what we offer, whatever that is. Most
okay.
people fit within Zenler Zoom and they do not need extra. It's the rare edge cases that will need that extra level. So if you have your own personal Zoom, you do have the ability to integrate it and choose that
Okay.
from the drop-down menu versus
Okay.
Zenler.
So I
Okay.
have my personal Zoom and I have integrated it. So then
Okay.
do I click personal Zoom then where under the drop down menu?
Yeah, if that's what you prefer. If you prefer to use
Okay.
yours,
Yeah.
then that's exactly how you choose it. You
Okay.
choose it how
Perfect.
you want, and then you set your duration of how that's going to be.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it is, when they're 1 hour sessions, I always just go ahead and choose the maximum because it doesn't tell the thing that I like is it doesn't tell the student or the registrant how long it's scheduled for.
Ah, okay,
So
that's
I
good to
like
know.
that because it gives me that buffer in case it goes over. I don't have to worry because
Yeah,
the Zenler Zooms will automatically end. And I'm not actually sure if the personal Zoom accounts actually end. I'm uncertain of that. So that's something to ask.
okay,
Zoom personal, let me write that down so I don't forget. So yeah, because the Zenler ones will automatically end 15 minutes after the scheduled end time.
got
So
it.
so you have a 15-minute buffer. You can start them 15 minutes prior, only up to 15 minutes prior, and then they will run up to 15 minutes after, and
Okay,
that's your timing. So there's that. You can check your own security things. Visibility, you can set to, for you would be public,
yeah,
okay?
that's
Because
correct.
that's the visibility. If you want them recorded so that you can use them, I highly recommend that for other things and repurpose them. One of the things that you can even do that I've done is even taken the you know, sessions or trainings that I've done, and I've put them into AI and asked AI the transcripts or whatever, and asked it to um, identify keywords that I say a lot, or
Okay,
different things. So you can ask it to tell you about yourself, which is really
okay.
fun. So even if you're not using them for content on your social media, you can
Hmm.
use these videos just to learn about yourself and evaluate your own content. So that's kind of cool.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
When you click next, you then have the option of choosing a what's the word?
Template.
Template. Yeah,
Yes.
which I've done. So I chose the one that said yoga for your daily life, and then I changed it to my brand colors.
Yes.
Um, my other question was, what it does is it gives you like a number of pages. So I don't want to send out a replay.
It doesn't matter if you don't do a replay, the replay won't be there. The pages are there
Yeah,
and you don't have to. So when you publish this event, right, and you get
yeah,
it all designed, people will come to this registration
yeah,
page.
that's
If
correct.
you have not gone over here at the top to the pricing area and added pricing,
I will
when
be
they
adding pricing.
I absolutely, but if you didn't, for example, the
Yeah,
checkout page is here. If you don't add pricing, the checkout
uh-huh,
page won't show up. So
got
the
it.
registration page skips the checkout page and goes to the thank you page. So what I'm saying
Okay,
is the funnel will naturally do what you want it to do. Okay.
okay,
It's set up so that you don't have to, you know, remove the pricing, remove the checkout page because you're not setting pricing. It automatically skips it for you. So it's just a little less work for you. So when you set up the class, you design the registration page,
yeah,
you set your pricing, then it will push them through to the checkout page, which you can also edit. They
yeah,
will get that thank you page.
yeah,
Okay. That's what they will see. And then when they click the link in their emails and do any of that, they will get to the live class, that waiting page, and then they'll go into the session. Unless you send them this page directly, unless you upload the actual video to this page, they're never going to see it.
okay,
Nothing's going to happen
perfect,
there. So
perfect.
it'll be fine with that. And then this is really your whole funnel. So what it is, if you preview the page,
Yeah,
this page
yeah,
without the preview on part is the landing page, right? That's your marketing page. These typical landing pages in here only have like these two blocks, but you could create this to look like an entire sales page if you wanted to. You
yeah,
could all of those things. You can design this however you want to. And then yeah, you can direct people to it. On your Zenler site,
okay.
as a matter of fact, um, you can create
So does it
a
show up on your site, on your, does that live
on your,
class? Yeah. Does it show on the site?
if you have, here, let's look at the preview site. So this is a base Zenler site. I haven't done anything to it yet. Home courses support. Okay, so let's see what happens if we put the calendar. Let's go to site. Okay, and then on site over here on the left-hand side are your pages.
Yeah.
So in the pages area, this is you have the calendar page, okay? It's just
Okay.
not on the navigation. So you can add it to the navigation if you wanted to. And then the calendar events page becomes a page on your site that they can navigate to and see the classes. See how it's on the calendar there, the event I made?
Mm-hmm.
So we can come here. Now the navigation is dynamic. So when you update it here, it updates it across the whole site as long as you've left the dynamic navigation in place. So we have our menu right here,
Yeah.
and we can add, you can, and this can be whatever you want. It can say live events, it can say calendar, it can say breath work, whatever you want it to say is what it can say. I'm going to call this one live events. Visible to all, and the action is, wait, let's see, calendar, yeah, go to link. And we want the link to be, not on this page. I just want the link. Okay. Oh, I think if it's a Zenler page, I can just do slash calendar, but that's all right. And save. Okay, so now when people come to the home page,
Yeah.
they've got live events here. And when they click on that, it
Okay.
takes them to this page. So now if they're here and they
Yeah.
click on that, it pops up this, and then they
Yeah.
can click register, and then it opens the page for
Is the
that specific
calendar
event.
the only way that they can
No,
go?
no,
So how else could they go? Would you just create that as like a sort of like a landing page or just a, I don't know.
abs absolutely. You can do a couple of different things with it. So
Okay.
you automatically know you have the link for it. Okay.
Yeah.
So every event that you have, oh, not the bookings, every event that you have the registration page has a specific link.
Okay.
Okay. And that's to register for it. So that's that
Yeah.
registration page. Okay. So you
Yeah.
can put that link anywhere you want to.
Okay.
Okay. So
Could
on
you,
your home page, you could put a button, you could design a nice block that says, hey, join this live class right
yeah.
now. And then you program that page's link in the button.
Okay. Do you create that as a page or do you create that as a marketing funnel?
Well, see, that's the interesting part of it, right? What does the marketing funnel have?
Because it's got similar,
The marketing funnel has every single thing that the live
yeah,
video funnel has.
it
It has
does.
a landing page, it has a thank
Yeah.
you page, it has the emails attached to it. It's literally the same exact thing. It's just the language around it that
Yeah.
makes us think we need a marketing funnel. The live
Okay.
funnel is the marketing funnel. So
Got
it's
it.
got a link page to it, just the same as the live. The lives have email automations that you can set and follow up with as well. But the thing that the live funnel has that the marketing funnel doesn't have is it has the ability to charge people money for your thing, right?
That's right. Yes.
So you want to stay in that live funnel. It gives you the most options for sure.
Perfect.
And you market that particular link anywhere. So you can actually not just market the link, but you can make, so for example, that live events, that could be, let's see, where is that? Okay, there it is. So instead of live events link saying that it goes to the calendar, we could change it to be the actual live event link instead, right? So instead of taking to the calendar,
Yeah.
where's the, let's just preview the site again. So now live events, when you click on that, oh, it didn't update it. Let's see. Did I give it the right one? Yeah, that is it. Let's see. Go save. I just need to refresh.
All right.
Oh, it's not. What did I do wrong here? Because I want it to be this link. And I'm in the, oh, that's why, because I didn't save it. Okay, now.
Yes, interesting.
What am I doing? I've got too
Yeah.
many tabs open, I think. So that's the preview. That's calendar page. That's okay, that's the website. And this is the calendar. Get rid of that. Okay. And what I'm editing is the navigation. Mhm. Okay, so yeah, it didn't give me my actual live event. It did not save my changes because I was moving a little too quickly. Because the first time you do that, you save and the SEO page comes up and then you have to save again or it doesn't actually save it.
Got it.
So now it should work fine. See? Yeah.
Ah, perfect.
So now you can just put the link there.
Right.
Something else people do on their sites is they just add a little scrolling banner with it up there. So there's lots of things. Whatever little, you could design a pop-up that pops up onto a page when they navigate to it, to tell
Yeah.
them to register for that specific event. So yeah, you have the full ability to market that particular page anywhere you would like. You can share it on social media. You can write a blog post and link to the registration page in there, whichever you'd like. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ali. You have answered all my questions. Thank you.
Yay. Very happy to hear that.
Hi,
Okay.
Carol.
Hi. Yes. Hi, Carol. Hi, Sarah. What is everybody working on today?
Well, I was working on fixing my site after I managed to just about kill it by changing the DNS settings to try and deal with the problem. But I've had help from the tech support people and we're back up and running, so that's great.
Yay.
I just have one question that might be relatively quick and simple to
Lay it
answer.
on me.
And
Fine.
I'll just say hi to Daksha, because she's a very good friend of mine. So I was wondering if there's a quick and easy way to change the text on all devices at the same time, because I've recently updated my homepage, and even though I had it set to all devices, it hasn't updated in the mobile format. So it says one thing on the web and a different thing on the mobile format.
Yeah, no, you've gotta, yeah. I know it's a pain.
Is there any, is that going to change at any point in the future?
Oh, I have no idea. That's way above my pay grade. I'm sure there's lots of little things on the roadmap. I think let me make a note. Um, oh, feedback link. Because I think we have some sort of it's been a while since I've even had anybody ask me about it, so I don't get it. But we have some kind of like a public roadmap or something where you can give feedback and submit things for feature requests or updates or whatever. There is a process for that, and I will make sure I find out what that is so that you can follow along with that.
That would be wonderful, thank you.
Yes, yes,
Because
yes.
otherwise we have to do it 3 times for
I
every
know
page.
it is a bit of a pain. It's what find I'm a big fan of not messing around with fonts. Big fan of it.
Mm,
Find a really good readable font on multiple devices and just stick with it.
yeah.
And then you don't have to worry about it because yeah, it is a friction point for people especially when it comes to readability on a mobile device. Honestly, the majority of people are accessing stuff, and I am one of those people. Like I can't see. Like I go to the eye doctor now, and like I need like octa focals. I don't know. I need like I can't see anything. I'm constantly I have 3 pair of glasses right here, okay? And none of them work. And
I
they're
have
all
computers ones,
I know. I've
and
got all
no,
of them, and I
they're
still
basically
am
upside
like,
down.
what's happening? And on my phone, the same thing. I'm always like,
Mm.
so yes, that's
There are also,
mobile.
there are also fonts that are
Yes.
more that are better for like dyslexic people, neurodivergent and something like that. So it's worth researching those. That's why I tend to stick to quicksand for most of my stuff.
Oh yeah, that's a really good point. I didn't even think
I
about that.
did some research on that like 2 years ago, something like that. I went into ChatGPT and asked it which were the wait um, most sort of dyslexic, neurodivergent friendly fonts, because that was something that somebody, like a friend I've got that's dyslexic, had fed back about some of the courses she's in, using fonts that just her brain just couldn't function with. So it's all very well, these are all very pretty ones, but some people that's going to put them off immediately because they just can't deal with it.
Exactly. 100%. There have been for me, there's an audiobook that I've wanted to listen to so badly, and I can't because the author's voice, the reader's voice, not the author. The person they had do the reading for this book, I can't stand their voice. I can't listen to it. I just can't. I've tried so many times. I go back to it every once in a while and go, nope, I can't do it. And the same thing for reading or visuals. Like if it's going to give me a headache, I just, you know what? I just have to leave this behind. I can't be around this. And honestly, when it comes to branding, that might be a thing. It might be, you know what? I don't want people who have issues. You know what I mean? My people are these people. And so it might be good. Like a lot of times, if you're marketing, if the things that you're doing, they should either have people go, oh yeah, or have them go, nope. That's really how you know you've made a connection with somebody. That's really the only way. So that is interesting. But yeah, I like the idea, Sarah, very much so, of asking AI. What is that most readable font for this and for that's also friendly for neurodivergent, dyslexic, ADHD? I love that question. So thank you for sharing that.
You have to, I mean, take your audience into consideration. A lot of my audience is dog trainers with a huge amount of neurodiversity in dog training. So, it
Yes.
isn't important. If you're in a, if you're in a niche or something where it's less of an issue, it's less of an issue, but, it's something I needed to be aware of.
Yeah, that is super smart. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a great one for everybody. Maybe do some posts about that.
Mm. I just thought of another question.
Yeah, go for it, Carol.
I seem to have the reason I was fiddling about with my connection between my own branded website, web address, and Zenler was because I don't seem to be findable. So I seem to have a real block with this search engine optimization or now AI optimization that we have. And are there any specialists who Zenler recommend who you can pay to do stuff rather than sitting and trying to work through? Because Zenler does so much now that it's really hard to keep track of it as a solopreneur.
Yes, I totally get it. And certainly there are people out there that you can hire that can do things for you. But I would ask you first, um, um, like what is your goal? Like, are you bringing, first thing would be, and you don't have to answer this, we're on a public live stream. These are for you to ask yourself, but you can also answer, we can converse. Is number one is like, do you need money right now? Like, are you like, I've got to pay my bills? Or are you building, or are you okay there and you're working on building something? It's,
Yeah, I have two businesses, so the Zenler business is okay, but could be better, and the other
okay.
business is great. So
Okay. Okay.
relatively
So
good.
you've got, okay. So that's
So I have a
good.
safety net.
Okay, good. So, because the first thing is that, like, right now, if you don't have, like, worrying about being findable when you don't have any customers and nobody's bought your thing really is just a big waste of time. Like, it's just is. On Zenler, one of the things that you need to do is you need to set up, like, if you haven't, and I will. I'm going to give you I'll put the link to David's GPT in the chat here for you because it can find trainings for you. It's really great.
Okay.
Because like you said, Zenler Library, like we have so much stuff. And David very smartly, okay, created a GPT that will go find the stuff for you. So you don't have to, which has
Fantastic.
saved me so much time. Not only does it help you, but it saves me. Okay. So it's brilliant. All right. For those of you that also have a ton of content that your clients are like, where do I find this? Or even if you can't find your own content, you can create your own GPT to find your own content if you wanted to. So that's just a little.
Okay.
um, oh, what were we talking about? See what happens to my brain? I get so distracted.
CEO, SEO.
Okay. So there is a training about that David did on setting up your Google Analytics, um, doing your sitemap. Have you created your Zenler sitemap for Google? Right. So that's why it Google doesn't know your Zenler site exists. It's not registered.
I
So
think there
in
is a
Zenler,
sitemap, but I don't remember. I don't know how
exactly.
it got
So
there.
exactly. So we'll get you set up on that. So the first thing is uh I'll find that for you, training for you, and I'll put that link in here. So I'll grab that. So make sure I do that. And that's going to be the first step is getting that set up so that you can see it and understanding what that is. Now, do you have a certain amount of traffic coming to that particular site?
Yeah, yeah. I have a course platform, and I have variety of tiers, and I have free things that I do, and I have paid things. So when the traffic gets there, if people can find me, then there should be more sales, but it's very niche.
Okay. Yes. So you've got to be found.
Yeah.
So do you have where are you doing your marketing? Like what platforms? What's driving people to you?
Um, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram.
Okay.
But I
And
don't pay for any ads because I never know.
no,
Yeah.
you don't have. I mean, you can. I mean, certainly paid ads is a way to go for you. And all of your links go back to that niche site that you have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And how's your content doing? What's your following look like? How's your content?
I don't know. I think I've got probably around 600 people on my newsletter list.
Oh, fantastic. That's a great list.
Yeah, I've been doing it for years.
Yeah, that's a great list. Yeah,
But
that's
yeah.
very solid. Absolutely. That's fantastic. So really where I see that obviously you validated your business already. Like you're way far and above many, many people. So you have actual clients, the people that have said, oh yeah, so you're good there. So you don't need that. You need to drive traffic to your stuff. You are one of the rare people that comes into this room. You really need to focus on that marketing aspect then. Yeah, creating the content. Do you use the Zenler blog?
Yes. Um, I try to, if I'm doing I do a better than average newsletter, which I sometimes get out of the habit of doing, and then I'm kind of back into the habit of doing it again.
Have
And if
you
it's a good topic, then I flesh it out and put it on the
Mhm,
blog.
mhm. Have you ever tried Substack?
I've tried what?
Substack.
I don't know what that is. I've heard
Oh
of
my
it.
gosh, new Substackers. Oh, I don't know if you've ever seen any of our support desks, but we have a member, Rohit. He is in India and he talks about a very super niche topic of the Indian stock market. Okay, this is super niche. Okay, he is now getting like he told me 25 new subscribers a day on Substack. I got him over there and he is taking off like you would not believe. Look into Substack. One of the reasons I like Substack as a platform is the same reason I like YouTube as a platform. Okay. Because in and of itself, YouTube is owned by Google, right? And it shows up in Google search results. It drives legitimate traffic. It's a real asset in your business. Okay. Other social media they don't do like you don't own your YouTube, don't get me wrong. It's good because of the SEO, like and being found. Discoverability on YouTube, top tier. Okay. Um, but with Substack, there's a subscribe button and a follow button. Okay. Subscribes them to your email list, not to Substack, to you. So you own that list. It's an owned asset for you. You do also have followers where you can grow your network and just a beautiful, amazing community of writers because that's what Substack is. It's for writers.
Okay.
So lots of people have newsletters or they write essays or whatever. I do personal essays there. Um, it's just a beautiful platform and it's really been taking off. They even have a podcast area in Substack now. You can have a podcast, a live video podcast in there. And that can be a really great discovery layer with ownership baked into it, right? Because every subscriber you own, you can export it and take them anywhere you want. So, and they do have an option to have paid subscribers. You can set up paid newsletters, all kinds of stuff. Definitely investigate that as a platform option. Use AI to help you. I don't know what level of experience or comfort you have with the AI models, but you can do things like take Notebook LM is my favorite little AI tool that anybody can use for free from Google. You have a Google account, you have Notebook LM, and
Okay.
you can create a notebook with all of your content in it, right? You can paste in blog posts. You can link to, if you have YouTube content, you don't even have to, all you have to do is add the YouTube link because Notebook is a Google product. It gets it, it can read it and everything. And then you can engage with this notebook and your content. It only pulls the sources from your content, okay? Also, it will create other content from your content. So it'll create an audio podcast of two hosts discussing your content. It will create video explainers, little whiteboard explainer videos, those cool ones that it'll create those with a host voice talking about your sources. It'll say, the source material talks about ownership. And the reason ownership is important, and it'll be drawing stuff on the screen and talking about your content. It's really a powerful education tool, but it's also a powerful tool for you as a creator because it actually can create content for you out of your own content. Because the only way Notebook works is with sources, right? So it's not like just an open chat like Gemini or ChatGTP or Gemini, right? It's an actual tool with a specific design to only respond to you from your source material. So if you wanted to learn something, for example, Zenler, you want to learn a specific thing about Zenler and understand it, you can go and attach Zenler YouTube videos and talk to the notebook, have it create additional videos for you, right? David does some pretty advanced trainings, and a lot of people will be like, oh, I'm not that advanced. I can't do that. But what you can do is you can take that YouTube video, put it into Notebook LM, and then ask Notebook LM to explain one specific aspect because it gives you a chat window to tell it what kind of video, what you want this video to focus on. So it does that for you and then creates the video, and then you can watch the video and learn. I do it with my own content all the time, and it's so fun because then it also shows me a different way to talk about it because the two hosts, the whole goal is really education curriculum design, and it's designed for maximum comprehension and learning, right? That's built into how they design these videos when you ask for them. So I actually learn new stuff about my own content. Like, you know what I mean? I learn a new perspective or a new angle I hadn't even thought of. So it teaches me about my own content, which is really so a notebook element, and they just made some updates to it that like people that pay way more than I do get access to right now. But Notebook LM is on the Google roadmap with some very impressive updates coming. It's going to be like so far it looks like Google's going to put a lot into this notebook. And I got to tell you, I mean, honestly, educational institutions should be worried about Notebook LM. So it's a pretty
Does
great
that keep
tool.
your source work private?
Yes, you have, that's the other thing. It's locked down, right? So yes, it's yours.
So it's like I keep
Whatever
everything on a
source.
drive at the moment. So you just
Right,
could
you
you link it
can.
to your drive?
Obviously, you keep everything, you make sure you have ownership and access to everything locally outside of even Google Drive, because you don't own Google
Yeah.
Drive.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's still
Yeah.
rented. Ownership is on your device, right? That's ownership and control that you can feel confident in. Anything outside of your owned control is rented, borrowed, it's something, but you have to know, is it portable? Can I access it? Can I move it? Can I replace it? Those are very important questions to know about every platform, about every tool, about everything. But yes, Notebook LM like there are some really cool integrations. If you use Gemini, you can go into Gemini and your notebooks will show up there, any you've created. So you can interact with your notebooks in Gemini, which is really cool. So there's a lot. I haven't even, there's probably stuff, there's a ton of stuff I don't know. I'm very new to the Notebook LM. I've been using it for a few months, but I have priorities, so I can't just play with notebooks, even though I'd like to. Here, I will share my screen and show you just what it looks like. And it's so fun. It's really fun. And I can show you, let's see. Well, first of all, YouTube. And if I go to my channel, okay, you see all of these videos? These are all Notebook LM videos. Okay, Notebook LM. I gave it my content. I gave it my blog post, I think is what I gave it. Or yeah, it has my blog posts and my website content all put into it. And then I asked it specifically for a video around whatever thing. And let's see. And then it made this. I don't know if you can hear it.
Show every day to build momentum. And then an algorithm updates, a feature is removed, and your reach.
Can you hear it and see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it does it continues to do all of the, it's very cool. So it makes a whole video for you and you can use it. And on my content, I do specifically say that was created by Notebook LM. I give them the link to the sources and all of that. So they know these are my original sources. This isn't fake AI content. One of the things that's going to start happening, less people are going to start asking about, was it created with AI? People don't care. That bubble is going to burst. Nobody's going to care that you made it with AI if you made it with your actual experience and knowledge, right? That's the difference between what people talk about AI slop and sourced AI content, right? My content that Get AI creates for me is sourced directly from me. It's my logic, it's my thinking, it's my frameworks, it's my literal over 30 years experience in sales and marketing where AI did not exist, where half of the time the internet did not exist, right? So I have lived real experience that AI cannot replicate in any way, shape, or form. So when I give it my information, it's creating content from that. I own that content. AI does not. I'm telling it very specifically what to do. I'm not just saying, hey, make me a video about this. I'm giving it my philosophy, my experience, my all of those things, right? So I own that. And the rest of the world will catch up to that idea. And they will not care if the content was created by AI. They will only care if the content is true, if it's deep, if the person who's creating the content knows what the heck they're talking about and is trustworthy. That is what will matter in the very near future. So use AI to create as much content as you can, as long as it's sourced from you. You know what I mean? And let's see if we can.
Maybe possible to have too much content, though, is it? Because I seem to have hundreds of videos on Zenler and hundreds of videos on YouTube, and they kind of get lost in space.
Yeah, they do. They absolutely do. You're right. And Zenler is a software company. Okay. We're a SaaS. You and I, as individuals, are independent creators. It's an entirely different marketing. It's entirely different everything. You are not going to use a SaaS company's marketing and strategy to build your business. You're just not in any way, shape, or form. Because their client, yeah, it's way different marketing and philosophy. You should be talking about one thing, one topic, one thing. This one thing is very, very important. I don't know. What's your niche?
It's a French method of energetic health balancing called the ACMOS method. And it's so niche that nobody's heard of it.
Yeah.
But I also
Well, I
teach the
have a
Lecker
friend.
antenna as part
I
of
have
that.
I have a friend who teaches the Alexander technique.
Mhm.
She was in ballet when throughout her life, and she's a content creator now. She's got podcasts. She has and and for her, it's called at ease, right?
Mhm.
So everything she talks about is connected to being at ease when it comes to the Alexander technique. It's very niche, it's very specific, right? And she talks about it in 5,000 different ways. She talks about how she's applied it through personal experience, right? Nobody can replace this. She took care of her aging mother who had Alzheimer's. And she talks about using this Alexander technique for herself to de-stress, to think clearly, to help her deal with the stress of this, right? She talks about it from angles of if you I remember one she did about road rage, like how you can do the Alexander technique while you're driving so that you're not road raging. She literally talks about the same exact thing over and over and over again in every single piece of content. And that's all she does. And that's all
Yes.
you have to do. Talk about the same exact thing. You're going to get sick of yourself hearing about it. You really will. But here's the
Yes.
thing, nobody else will because nobody else is really listening to you. Okay. We're just not listening. I see your content once a month, maybe. If I'm really like in the mood, like if I'm really connected to it and I'm looking for that, now I'm into it. Now I can binge watch your technique in 5,000 different ways. And I'm like, oh my God, yes, this is what I've been looking for. And now I'm a super fan. And now I cannot get enough of your technique because you've given me the roadmap with your content. You've told me how to apply. Once I buy into the technique, then I see the content. Oh, I can apply the technique in this situation and in this situation and in this situation. I am hooked. I'm telling my friends about it, right? So just don't look at what other people are doing. You are seeing 5,000 different kinds of things coming at you. You're seeing the trends. You're seeing everybody pivot. You're seeing, oh, if you're not using this tool, then you're falling behind. If you're not doing that, ignore all of that. None of that matters. None of it matters. All that matters is you putting out the content that people can discover. That process is the same whether or not you are stressed out by all the stuff that's going on in the world and all the updates and all the marketing that's being propagated to you, right?
Yeah.
You can let that like make you feel like you need to be doing all of these things, but honestly, you don't. Talk about that one thing in every which way. Write articles about it, write notes about it. Whatever, make connections to it in the world when you're living your life. Go, this weird thing happened today and it made me think of this other thing. Like just share that with people about that one specific thing and you just create it gets a lot easier to create 5,000 pieces of content about that one thing, right? Because that's one thing that AI can then help you with. You can
Mhm.
give it everything you know about this thing, right? Give it your foundational principles on it. Give it your what you push back on in your industry, right? What are the things that everybody accepts that you reject? Right, in the industry, because there's always something, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's industry has skeevy, terrible people in it. So what do you push back against? That's that's the key. And while we're in here in Notebook, I want to show you like exactly what I'm talking about the studio. So other people look at a notebook and they're Google notebooks. So these are all the ones from Google. Okay. So we can look at this, right, and click on a notebook. And this is what it looks like. These are all the sources. So it tells us where the sources are. We can go check the source. Okay. And then it gives you a description of what the source material is. It gives the person, you can say whether you like it or not, right? The person who's made this notebook does not get access to any of this information. When I'm chatting, this chat history between me and this notebook, the creator of the notebook doesn't get access to. That is protected as well. So the user of the notebook's exchange is not visible to anyone either. Okay. Then here's the outputs they've created. They've created a podcast. They've created an infographic. They've created, oops. Oh, that's the infographic. It creates infographics for you. It can create reports based on the source material, right? And videos and all kinds of stuff. So this is what it looks like to a user who enters a notebook. They can chat with it here. They have the sources they can check here. And then whatever studio content you had it create is right here. Now, if you are in your own notebook, it looks a little different because you have the ability to create, you have the studio. So you can create a video overview, right? Those explainer videos, and you have options, right? I like the explainer videos and I like the whiteboard style, but you have other options that you can choose from, right? And you can get specific with what you want the video to talk about, right? So if you are just putting in one blog post, then you can say, just, give me an overview um, of this blog post, have the host focus the discussion around whichever angle it is you'd like them to focus on. You can not give it an angle and see what it does for itself. I've done that too. I've done things like ask it for a woman's voice. I will continue. It doesn't always do that. It doesn't always listen. If I'm doing individual videos, explainer videos with one host, I delete the male ones that they give me, and I keep doing it over and over again until it gives me the woman's voice. Usually only happens one time. If I ask it for a woman's voice, it generally does give it to me, so it doesn't take that more. But I don't know. The man's voice is just annoying to me. I don't like it. And so yeah, you can create the video. And the same thing with the audio overview. You have different types that you could do. You could set it as a debate if you wanted to. So it depends on your niche, your industry, all of those things. You can create a slide deck, flashcards for learning. You can create quizzes. So it's pretty fun and engaging tool for learning, for creating content, for doing research. You can even ask it to identify gaps in your thinking and your frameworks. You can ask it to identify gaps in your content. What haven't I covered? So Notebook LM is just a fun little tool.
Okay.
Yeah.
And does it understand PDFs? Because that was something.
Yes, yep, you can copy and paste attached PDFs. You can have it attach sources from the web. You can attach sources directly from your drive. Um, Upload files, copy and paste text into it, however you want to add the content.
Okay.
Absolutely. There are some content like because Notebook can't go beyond, say, like a paywall or beyond a thing, So if you have access to content that you're trying to learn from, like a web page or something, right? You can just, you can just copy it and paste it in there, like a web page. Like, if it's not accessible to Notebook, you can just copy and then paste the text in, and it can still, tell you about that content. It can still, it can give you a breakdown of that content.
Okay. I have tons of content and books and stuff.
Yeah. So this can really gather stuff for
Yeah.
you. Again, make sure the one thing you always want to keep in mind is you want to make sure you still have access and ownership to all of the content.
Yeah.
So in your own drive, in your own backup, Google Drive is great. I love Google products. I mean, I don't want to say I love Google. Google's evil, but I like the ecosystem itself because it's connected. It makes things easier to move in, but I'm not married to Google, right? I still have all of my files and everything backed up in my own computer because, we can't trust anybody.
Yeah.
So
I have a
always make sure
terabyte
of that,
computer.
right? And Google is also known for doing weird things like getting rid of products that everybody loves and uses and not telling us about it. So like, even though they've got Notebook on their LM on their roadmap and they've done, like in the past, they've done, we're all a little traumatized. We have PTSD when it comes to Google taking things away from us that we want. So yeah, so I'm not married to it, but as long as Notebook is here, I'm certainly going to use it. I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm going to stay on top of whatever updates Google are doing. Oh, and it's got settings, right? So share, you can set this notebook up to be, this one is a public notebook. I'll give you all the link to it because it's me and support desk. That's what this notebook is. So like we have lots of conversations in here around things that are not about clicking the button in Zenler. And so all of that is now in this support notebook. And when you are trying to figure out should I create a course or a class? How does this work? You have Allie's thinking baked into this notebook. All of the things I focus on, the things I talk about, the way that I answer questions, like I am right now. This video will get added to the notebook, right? So when you ask it questions, it will only talk to you based on these sources. So it's like being able to talk to me even when you can't talk to me. Public, but you also have restricted, anyone with a link, right? Restricted with Google, again, another one of the things I kind of like about that ecosystem is that I am able to, you can create Google groups, Google meetings, whatever, and have certain people in the group, and only those people have access to the notebook. And then what that means is you can revoke access. So if you have a notebook that you've given people access to, say, as part of a coaching program, when that ends, or if that program's over, whatever that is, if you can remove access to the notebook if you choose, right? So that's also an option as well. So it's a fun tool.
Okay.
It's fun, but it's
Yeah.
powerful. It's simple, but it's powerful, right? And that's kind of what I was talking about with the same content over and over, all different perspectives, talking about that one thing. It seems so simple, right? Talk about one thing. Yeah, okay, sure. It's so simple. It doesn't seem like it could possibly be as powerful as it is. Except talking about that one thing is what helped people like Sabrina Ramanov build an AI company and sell it for millions and millions of dollars. And she was able to grow her following on YouTube after that from zero by just talking about one thing. And she just does it over and over and over again. And she has over 500,000 followers and subscribers across multiple platforms. And that's all she does is talk about the one thing. She doesn't even hang out on these platforms, right? She doesn't. she's not engaging on them much. She's not doing much. She just pushes out the content and people find her, and she does this for free, right? Because she made millions of dollars selling this company. So her mission is to teach people AI for free. So she has zero things for sale. She will not be upselling you or doing any of that nonsense to you. It's all $0. But she could be, right? She could be just talk about this one thing, and she could be driving that traffic right to her website to buy her courses, to buy her stuff, right? She does it for free. And I can tell you, I have taken courses from accredited education institutions on AI. I have certifications from them. And her content is better. It's more real world. You learn more, it's better. So very powerful. She built that by talking about that one thing and repeated the process, shared what she learned, just kept posting that content over and over and over and over again. And that's how you do it. You make that decision and you stick with it. Stick with that one thing. Zenler, we're a SaaS company. So we do talk about the same thing from a lot of different angles as well. For Zenler, we talk about it from the point of view of creators, for people who maybe they're coaches. We talk about it for people who are dog trainers, right? We can get really specific on it. But because Zenler is a platform and it's an all-in-one platform and we have all these different features, not everybody uses all the features. So we're marketing things around live features, around courses, around blogging, around communities, right? Around some of our AI features. And these things may not be of interest to you, but you're seeing a lot of content about it. And we've got a lot of trainings around technical trainings around a lot of different areas in Zenler. So yes, that can be overwhelming. And I don't recommend creating that kind of content for your audience, right? I recommend getting super, super niche with your content and literally just talking about it until you are so sick of hearing yourself talk about it that you go online and you say, really, I can't imagine you guys want to still hear about this. I feel like I just only talk about this one thing. Are you all bored yet? And they're going to say, no, tell us more. And you're going to be like, oh, okay. Because other people don't get as sick. And when they do get sick of you, then great, they can move along. They've ascended to something different. Good for them. Somebody new is coming along and going, exactly what I was looking for.
Okay, so you mentioned you were going to put some links in the chat.
Yes, I will give you all a link to the notebook. This is Notebook LM. You all can get to that anytime. And once you get into the notebook, the icon over here in the corner, you hit that, and then you can make sure you pin that notebook so you don't lose access to it. And then you can come here and create your own notebooks. And how it depends for you on how oh, I just lost what I was going to say. But I know. If you have a paid Google subscription versus just a free Google account, will depend on your level of access in Notebook LM. There is a lot for free in Notebook LM, most of it. Advanced features like having access in Gemini and Notebook having access to different things is on a paid Google account. So you get extra stuff, but the basics of Notebook LM are available on a free account. But there may be limits that I'm unaware of because I have a paid account. Let's see.
The other thing you mentioned giving access to was how to do the sitemap.
Yes, yes, yes. Hi, Judy. I see you've joined us. I want to pull this up. No, I want ChatGPT is what I want. Because I want the GPT. Okay. There we go. Now I can, and this is the GPT.
Great, thank you.
And the GPT here, I pulled it up too, so I can show it to you. Let me close that. So this is the educational center, Zenler. When you ask it a question, it will answer it for you, okay? It'll give you the description of it, but it will also give you links. So for example, if I said, what's the difference between a course and a live class? Right? So I can ask it, it's going to give me the answer, but then it's also going to give me links to the specific Zenler trainings that give you access to that, right? So best video to watch, right? Helpful course resource. Okay. So it answers you. Oh, this one. Right. It gives you a quick answer. Sometimes it will give you a more detailed answer, and you can do that, right? And then, for example, let's see what happens here. I can't spell. Right. So I can ask it the question here too in the notebook, and it's going to give a bit of a different answer. It may not link to trainings. It will link to sources here within the sources. It'll tell you where it found it. But you know, who knows what it's going to say. I always love testing it out and see what is it going to do. So you've got the GPT and you've got the notebook. And for anybody watching on Facebook, if you go to the tutorial site community, right, which is this right here, if you come here, and I will put that link in the comment in the chat here as well, to the community, because this is where I hang out. I don't really do much on Facebook. I'm not hanging out there a lot, but I will be hanging out in here, and I will hang out here more often if more of you are in here, right? If you're asking questions, one of the best ways that you can implement your own learning in Zenler, one of the ways you can implement the best learning is to learn a thing on Zenler and then come into the tutorial site community and share what you learned. Just be like, hey, I did this thing, because that reinforces your learning, right? You learned it, you did it, and then you shared about it. It creates a learning loop for you and the community, and it's very powerful. And it can really get an entire community on the same track. I want you to think about that. Get everybody on the same track towards a shared goal of growing your business, of growing your owned income for yourself, right? Everybody's got that goal, and you're watching and cheering everybody on, and they're cheering you on for that shared goal. So learn a thing about Zenler, test it out, create the landing page or the email or the offer, whatever it is, and then share about it in the community and say, hey, I was doing this and I learned this. That's a great way to learn. And then we can all learn together. And I will post, and if you go in there and have questions, I will post the links to the GPT and to the notebook and all of those things when you all need access to it when we're not around.
How do we find the community?
I just put the link in the chat, the last link I put that says tutorials.newzenler.com/community/feed.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah,
Okay,
log
great.
in
I gotta
there.
go, but that's
Okay,
been really
bye,
helpful.
Carol. See you
Thank you very
later.
much. Bye.
Bye. Hi, Judy. I know you've got a busy day today.
Hello.
Mhm.
Feeling landlocked,
Yeah.
missing the boat.
Oh, I love your glasses. I'm sorry, I just had to say it.
I know I have so many pair.
I know.
I really do. So anyway, so any ever update? Will we ever have spell check? I mean,
Oh,
it
the
popped up,
roadmap. That was the other thing I have to
like,
find the link
yeah,
for.
Grammarly pops up, but you can't change anything. You have to manually change it.
Ugh, I know. I hate that.
I mean, 2 years ago, though, it didn't even tell you if it was misspelled. So we're making progress.
Mm. I
Like,
know I'm the worst, but I just go so fast. And it's the thing that you do when you're like, that's why you hire an editor, right? When you're writing a book, when you're doing stuff,
yeah.
is because I will reread the same thing. My brain fills it in the correct way. I could have it misspelled. I could have the whole wrong word in there, and I will still read it the way I think it is, you know? So that is a blind spot for everybody. So yeah, spell check, and that's very important to me as well. And that was the other thing that Carol was asking about. I said I would put a link to the Zenler roadmap or feedback place, and I don't have it. So I'm gonna look into it, and then I will make a post in the community about it, not on Facebook. Okay, community. Mm. Which sounds so weird because like everybody sees me in Facebook right now. I'm in Facebook as far as they're concerned. So I'm
Right.
on Facebook every week. And so I say, "Oh, I'm not on Facebook." And they're like, "Wait, but you are on Facebook." But no, actually, I'm not. I'm at home. And I'm not in Facebook at all. This video is streaming there, but I don't go there. All people comment to me and I'll go in to create the event for the following week because that's about as often as I go in there. Judy has said to me sometimes, "Hey, I just saw you post on Facebook. You're not on Facebook. You said you don't go on Facebook." I'm like, "Well, I come in here once in a while." But yeah, so people think I'm on Facebook because they see me on Facebook all the time, but I'm not there. I don't really hang out there that much. So definitely come to the community, the tutorial site community, and I will post there. I'll find out where yeah, the feedback and whatever, so that you guys can make your little the update requests for things like spell check, these things that are like annoying
We
little
really
things.
need a way to embed videos in emails because video is so huge right now. And I'm teaching a class coming up on video, and I can't even put a video in the email. Like I have to send them to a link, and it's so annoying.
Yeah, I feel you. But I made a note of that too with the email embed. I don't know if anybody has found a way around that or if there's something else, which I know that's annoying in itself. But here's the thing. We've had this conversation before in here. Platforms, all-in-one platforms, like they have Zenler has tens of thousands of users.
Right.
Like, so it's hard for them to say, "Oh yeah, we're going to implement everyone's request," because we all use it so differently. They're really just the features are made towards the average user. That's all platforms. So a lot of times it's annoying, but we do find the power users, we find workarounds, and that's any platform, right? Any platform, everybody's figuring out workarounds. That is not a Zenler thing. It's just a platform known thing. And not just with all-in-one course platforms, all other kinds of software and platforms have the same problem for people. So just the community, having a great community that will Sorry, I've got to plug in my computer. Having a great community that um, will come together and share knowledge with each other. That's going to be a great factor. Do you like the community? Can you tolerate the people in the community sharing information, right? Can you connect on that level with people? Because I'll tell you what, I've needed to learn a tool before and wanted to. I'm not going to name the company or the tool because I'm not going to do that on Zenler's platform because but it was horrible experience. It was an absolute horrible experience. And I wanted to use the tool, but there was no way I could interact and learn from that environment. It wasn't happening. I had to leave it and just go find another tool. So, and the environment of the people in the tool is a big deal, right? So not just that you don't have your exactly what you want because you never will, but does that platform have a community that you feel comfortable learning in, right? Like that's a number one thing. And Zenler's community, I feel comfortable in. Some people may not, and that's okay, right? That means we're not for them. Go away. But, having the community can be very helpful for that. And again, people have experience and we share our little tips and tricks on our workarounds. So I will look into whether there's some workarounds that are
There,
easier.
2 years ago, there's a really old YouTube video, unless it got pulled down. They talked about a way, because I was trying to figure out a way last August to embed a video into an email. So I found this old YouTube video that was already a year old back then. Anyway, the steps didn't work because the platform has changed. And
Yeah.
like, I mean, with video content being so strong right now, I just would like to be able to put a box in an email, load the video in, to be able to send out a video inside of an email. I like the Zenler mail. I don't want to have to switch to another thing I have to learn.
Yeah, no kidding. That would be too much of a pain in the butt.
you know. But yeah, I just wish I know how to do video on the courses.
Mhm.
Like the sales pages, I know how to put the video in there.
Mhm.
But it'd be nice if you could put it in the email instead of saying, hey, click here to watch.
I know. One more thing. Yeah, just embed it. Let me just watch it right there, please. Yeah, I feel you. I'll look into that too. Because yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, it'd be good. And I'll get the link to the feedback.
Yeah, and I've been away for 18 days, so I'm like, I don't know if
Yeah.
updated anything that I need to know about or
No, I don't. We added we have like AI agents,
okay.
which is like really, I mean, it's a big deal that we've got that in the platform. So I would look at David's, I'm sure going to be, if he doesn't already have the content out on it, it will be. So it's being rolled out in stages, or whatever, the AI agents. So,
Which again cracks me up. They have that and they don't have spell check.
maybe the agent will spell check for you, Judy. I mean, honestly. Mhm.
Well, it's just you and I don't really have any other questions other than I need spell check and I need video.
I know, I know you do, Judy.
I'm
I
trying to
know it.
think what
I
else I
know.
could throw out there that would be really interesting for people to know. I did some investigating. I will tell people this that are interested if they're considering PayPal versus Stripe. Stripe has 38 payment options.
Mhm.
So you can have it set up if you're doing events like I do, large events, like expensive events, I should say,
Yeah.
not large events, expensive events. In Stripe, you can actually invoice people with an ACH payment
Oh.
instead of a credit card. And they also had like all kinds of they Cash App and Apple Pay. They have all these things embedded in Stripe that I didn't know were in there. Very interesting.
Yes, I believe one of the things I've heard about updates is that there's going to be more payment integration options in Zenler,
That would
I
be
think.
awesome.
I believe I've heard that. I
Yeah, that
believe
would
I
be
have.
great.
I feel pretty good about the fact that that was mentioned. I feel like I heard Kevin discussing it um on an update at one time. So I'm going to look into that too, because you're right. I know payment issues with different providers been a long-standing issue with people who do business online. It's a constant struggle.
Right.
And so I believe I did hear some stuff about more options for that. I'm gonna payment options. I'm gonna write that down too.
Yeah, but like I said, I was just sitting working through some ideas I had with chat, and it was like, oh, well, you can do ACH payments through Stripe. And I'm like, really? I
Yeah.
guess I didn't consider that would be in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went into Stripe and of course couldn't find it. So then I asked their AI person, because you don't talk to real humans anymore. I mean, Allie
No.
could be fake right now and I wouldn't even know
Yeah.
it.
I haven't been able to get that good of, I barely get good AI images of myself. Oh, I did get one. I'm going to send it to you. I made it the last couple of days and I just love it so much. For those that don't know, Judy's the photographer. So any
And
images
everything I'm posting right now is like real photography, you know, not, yeah. So it's hard when you do both and like people just don't know, like, well,
I can see, like I can see mostly. I see. So I see the AI stuff more now than I ever have noticed it before. I don't know what it is. My eye is more discerning because I'm in the place now. And
yeah,
I don't mind, like I was saying earlier on the video, I don't know if you're here, whether stuff was created with AI, people aren't going to care about that very soon. The only thing they care about is if the creator actually was involved in the creation. Do you know what I mean? Like, is
but
it
I mean,
your actual creation
yeah.
or is it AI's creation? And people know the difference and they can tell. Like Judy, I mean, you've won awards for your skill and talent that you have developed over an entire career. That's actual lived experience. No AI can replicate it.
Yeah, well, it's getting pretty good though. But I mean, anyways,
Not your experience, though. It
true.
can
Yeah,
replicate the thing.
right.
But I was just reading an essay, I've got to send it to you,
Okay.
about the Van Gogh and how long it took the art world to catch up to his genius. They didn't see it for how long or whatever. And just how that translates to some of the stuff we do online. It was very thought-provoking. Because AI is getting powerful, but again, it can't replicate lived experience and that nuance that comes with it. Can get close with some good quality content, but that's not the same as depth.
I think that there's things people need to know how to do in order to be successful on Zenler. Like they need to know, like you have your way of making your imagery,
Mhm.
right? And so, like, I've kind of peeked on some sites and it's like, wow, I wish the photos were better. I wish they understood composition, like, because people are visual and they come to your education platform and people are judgy. People are very judgy.
Mhm.
It's like a billboard. There was a weird billboard, by the way, I saw in Connecticut. I don't even, I think it was for like a lawyer or something. And I said to my friend, that is a really weird billboard. She said, well, we're in Connecticut.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But
I
yeah, so but back to the cafe thing, I think it's important too, like if people are mobile enough, they can work on their content on a laptop to get out of your home office or wherever you are and get out there and
see other human beings, even if you're not talking to them
right,
directly,
right.
it can have. We are, we need connection as human beings. I can't imagine if I just sat here all the time by myself. I would literally go insane. Like, no way.
Right.
No way. Even this right now, talking with you and doing support desk and doing the accelerator, I enjoy it a lot. I enjoy talking to creators and hearing what they're experiencing and like really digging into a problem to solve it. Like I love that because I love the connection with the people. It's important. So yeah, you're right. Very important.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway,
Where do you live, Judy? What state?
I am in Pennsylvania. I am an
Oh
hour
yeah, that's
north
right.
of Philadelphia. So I am like it takes an hour to get on the outskirts of Philadelphia and an hour and a half to get to New York City. Except
Okay.
right now,
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
there's World Cup games in both towns.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And tonight, I mean, so New York City like is bracing right now because you have World Cup and the rumored biggest wedding of the century potentially happening this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
And so
I've seen some headlines.
yeah, so yeah, a lot going on this weekend in New York City, not going anywhere near there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, yep, I'm in an interesting location, but not close enough to the ocean for my liking. So,
Oh, I know. I do like being by the water. I lived in Monroeville, just outside of Pittsburgh for a while.
oh wow, really?
Yeah. I worked for that was when I was in corporate and I worked for a food company. They're not even around anymore. And they had a big office there just outside of Pittsburgh.
Was
It
that
was
Elk County?
hmm?
Was that in Elk County?
Might have been. I can't remember the county.
Where all the elk are? There's an
Yeah.
elk lodge in Elk County where you can go and see elk.
No,
Okay.
I didn't see it. I mean, I was young and I was not paying attention to elk, that's for sure. Um, but yeah, it was marketing. I ran their marketing department there. They brought me in to run that office. Uh, and I
It's
hated it.
interesting when you drive across Pennsylvania, there's not a lot in the middle.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I'm on the east end of it and it's very congested. And then you get to the western part of Pennsylvania, which is also very congested. But in between, there's nothing.
hmm I know it. I know it takes forever to get through it as well. Like I hate like driving through Pennsylvania in that direction of nothingness. It's excruciating. It really is.
Well, they used to say, and the price has come down because I travel a lot, but there was a time when the turnpike going across with all the tunnels and the bridges was the most expensive road in the world,
Yeah, oh yeah.
but it came down.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why, but the price is cheaper now. So,
Well, because they don't want to be known as the most expensive.
well, I don't know. I mean, maybe they actually paid it off, like, because isn't the
Yeah.
turnpike told to pay for repairs?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
It's a mystery.
hmm
All right, so what should we talk about? Because like
Well, yeah, I kind of like the idea of figuring out how we can do some Zenler meetups. That sounds like a
I
lot
like
of
that
fun.
idea a lot because
Yeah.
I find because I teach creatives, they sometimes do better when they learn in person.
Yeah. A lot of times. Yeah. Yeah, that's not even a bad idea. Like do mini meetup trainings in person, little educational meetups. Yeah. I like the idea of that.
You have like different presentations on different things, like because you've got a lot of mental health people that use Zenler, right?
Oh yeah.
And then you've
hmm
got there seems to be
Spiritual
dog
and
trainers, and then there
oh
seems to
yeah.
be a lot of um
Yeah.
uh I'm trying
Well,
to
we do have
remember
a
the
lot of coaches. We have
yeah,
coaches. We have people we do have people who have a lot of that are strictly online businesses, right? We do have that segment, but we have a lot of people that have physical businesses like you do, right?
right.
Like you are a physical local business and you have this online revenue as well. Like you're in it. So we have a lot of people like that as well, that have schools or have businesses or have that where they do a lot of things in person and online. So I think, I don't know, that's interesting. I think maybe people who have only done business online don't maybe think a lot about what it is to have that business relationship in person as well as online. Like I like both. I like the online and the in person. Um I think you get different value from each. I think there's value in each. You learn different things. You do a lot of things for your business, Judy, I'm sure, where it's very different the online version versus the in-person version, like
Well,
how you do things.
so I teach the same,
Yeah.
but I find that online, and I know people have told me, and I'm a little guilty of this myself when I sign up for something. It's real easy when you're sitting in front of your computer to kind of, get off track and check your text messages, and it's really hard to discipline yourself to be in the classroom when you're online versus when I run a workshop at my photo studio and I have 8 people sitting in front of me. They're not going to do that,
Right.
and because they're there,
Accountability.
yeah, because they're there in person, and because somebody in the class is asking a question, they're also, I feel like people are more willing to ask questions in
Well,
person rather
yeah.
than over Zoom. Like people are terrified to
Be recorded asking the question.
yeah.
Um,
I think,
yeah, that's interesting.
yeah, like if I have 80 people sign up for a Zoom, there might be 10, if I'm lucky, that will actually verbally ask questions during a Q&A. Then you'll have another 10 that are willing to post in the chat, and the other 60 are just
Silent.
quietly sitting there. And it's like, why is that? Like, I don't know, maybe
They
they're
might not have even been paying attention enough to ask a question.
maybe, or
Right?
they're terrified,
Yeah, exactly. Or they're scared. They don't want to sound dumb. She probably answered that. I shouldn't ask it or whatever. But it could be some of them don't have questions, right? That could be a thing.
right, yeah. But anyway, we
Yeah.
have people in person. So like, if we got, I think meetups would be so cool. I remember when eBay first launched, they had local, at hotels, they had these local, like, I don't even know what you call it, but if you wanted to sell on eBay, you went to this thing, it was free.
Yeah.
They did overviews on like things that maybe.
I had a friend that actually ran some of those events, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
One of the ones I went to, they talked about shipping companies if you're selling furniture, like how to pick the right company to broker your shipping needs.
Yeah.
Which is something that, I sell furniture.
Yeah, kind of like a chamber of commerce, sort of educational, sort of business community. Yeah, there are some online versions of that. There are people that have built some online versions of that. But I'm starting to see locally, people are starting to do local meetups for creators and entrepreneurs to gather when they have their home. So I'm seeing some of that too. I'm thinking about it from a Zenler specific point of view, like how many Zenler folks can we get together? Because that training and education is going to be on the same path versus like creators from all over. Although that's not a bad idea for growth at Zenler, is advertising some sort of community training around something locally and having people come in and then share with them that they can also use Zenler to do that. That's actually probably really great marketing tool.
Well, yeah, there was a software application in 2009 that was touring the country. They were from Germany, and it was this plug-in program for Photoshop, and I had signed up for a free overview, and it was like, I think it was like 3 hours long at the local camera shop, and it was free. But, of course, they wanted to sell you the software. Well, the program was so amazing and the presentation was so amazing. Of course, I bought the software, and to this day, I still use it. And it's taken a couple steps along the way where it changed ownership, but it's still around. And they came over from Germany and they just toured the country at these camera shops and taught
Smart.
people how to use this software. And anyway, yeah, having a what is Zenler night, and then having creative aspect of how to make everything pretty.
Yeah, exactly. I love that idea. That's a good idea too. And maybe even I know we're talking about the in-person and the benefits of having both in-person and virtual, but also for people who have in-person businesses who want to add online revenue to them, doing virtual event nights, which are what is Zenler or what is, Rhineford photography or whatever I'm just saying that, what is, so, and you can do those virtually as well if you need, if you are trying to expand that online revenue and reach versus people who are online that want to expand in-person reach, like two different ways.
Most restaurants are closed on a Monday.
Yeah.
So if a restaurant on Mondays, maybe once a month, ran a online course on a favorite dish at the restaurant, how to make it at home.
Yeah. That's fun. Yeah.
Yeah. There used to be this thing in Food and Wine magazine called RSVP where people wrote in and begged for recipes, and they would pick 3 a month, and they were always simple recipes. But they were, really good. And I mean, if there was a bakery that there's this crazy bakery I follow online. It's butcher bake shop or some crazy thing.
My goodness, that is crazy.
They make these cookies that are a ball, and when you cut it open, it'll be something like 6 million flavors, and they'll start listing all the flavors, and they cut this cookie open, and it'll be like if it's an Oreo cookie, fudge, caramel, sea salt, something, you'll cut it open, and there's the center is something yummy,
all of that. Yeah.
But it's this ball, and you can order them online.
When you said it's a ball, and I was thinking of cookie, you said butcher. I'm like, is there meat in the cookie?
No,
what are you?
Cut the cookies open on a butcher board, on a big.
That makes sense. That's a very clever. Yes.
And they show you these cookies on Instagram, and of course you want them, and then you can order them, and they're $5 a cookie, and you can get a subscription for a monthly box of. I don't have them. A friend of ours though gets them, and we were over at their house one night, and they were like, "Would you guys like to share a cookie?" And we're like, "What?
Share a cookie? What? I can't have my own?"
Well, yeah, it was big enough for the 4 of us. So
yeah, no kidding. That's hilarious.
Yeah, but I mean, so places like, hey, here's how you can make a simple one at home, or I mean, I don't know.
Those
I don't know
are
if they have any
great
clients that are
marketing ideas.
bakers. I mean, that would be really fun to.
Yeah. I've been trying, I have been trying to talk to people who do business online and give them ideas on things that they can do for in-person things. Connect with your local community. Community really is, I don't want to say that community is everything in the sense that everybody should have a community. You shouldn't. Not everybody should be running a community, but everybody should be part of one, right? Some people are meant to run communities, and some people are meant to be part of them. Everybody has a role. Some people run communities and are part of other communities, right? So there's all of those options, and we all have our place. But a community is going to be more important in the future than I think a lot of people realize. And it's about a truly connected community of people who who elevate each other, right? We're at this level and we're communicating and collaborating on a level where, like I was talking about earlier with the learning, like, oh, I learned this really cool thing. There is so much technology and so much advancement. Like, for example, Judy, you are in your niche and industry, and you know some really great things when it comes to visual art and it comes to like knowing those principles because well before AI or anybody else had them, because that's your education, your training, your experience, you're steeped into it. So you know that. And you also work with AI within that field as well. So you know that too. And so now you're able to then share that experience, with the community, right? And elevate them because I am an expert at what I'm an expert at. I've been in industry for over 30 years as well, right? But my expertise isn't knowing the tools and the things around photography and imaging and all of that because I've got another focus, right?
Right.
I'm building apps and tools and things different.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Fun.
Mm.
Right? But I still need your experience and your knowledge of your thing. So when we're in a community together on the same sort of level with the same mission and goals, like we're taking over the universe, we're building our thing and we're doing it, right? So you learn a thing and you know a thing and then you share it. And then I go, oh wow, that's great, Judy. Thanks a lot. Like knowing, Judy's thing. And then even in, for example, like on Substack, that's a thing that happens with collaborators, right? They will do this thing and be like, and write an essay about it and say, you know what? I learned this really cool thing from Judy. She was doing this experiment and she shared how she did it. And then I took that and I went over here and I did this and this and this. And then look what happened for me. Right. So giving credit, acknowledging, oh, Judy, I learned this thing from Judy. And then I did this thing. Right. It's a learning loop and we're all in it together, elevating ourselves every single day. And so that's kind of how I see like the communities that are important are the communities that you belong to that do that for you. Are there in-person communities, virtual communities that maybe you run or communities that you're part of? Not everyone has the capacity to build and grow and run and maintain an actual community environment. Like that's not for everyone. So like when we hear advice on the internet, like everybody should have a community for this and that and the other thing. Well, no, not everybody should have a community. I'm sorry. I disagree. That's terrible advice. But everybody should be part of a community. Find your people. And for those of you who are out there struggling and can't find your people, guess what? Maybe it's because they need a community.
That's
Right?
funny. Yeah. Yeah. I'm involved in a community for raising monarchs.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah, I raise
love
monarchs
that.
in the summer. I'm a
Oh,
butterfly farmer in the
I
summer.
love that,
It's a lot of
Judy.
work. You have no idea. It's a
Oh,
lot.
do you do photography with it at all? With the
I
butterflies?
I do a little bit. I don't
A
want to,
little.
it's really about saving the monarchs, but yes,
Right, yes.
I
Oh,
have
I bet
done.
that's crazy. Hi, Rohit. How are you today? I was talking about you earlier today. Were your ears ringing?
Good to see both of you. I have gratitude in my heart for both of you.
Oh,
Yeah,
yay.
because of Judy, I started my now my third domain name, right?
What? What an
And
honor.
and bec and because of you, I started my Substack.
Yes, I know. That's amazing. See, that's what I mean about
Yeah,
community elevating each
yeah,
other,
yeah.
right? Like, I mean, we just elevate each other when we have knowledge and we share it. Like, I had knowledge about Substack. I shared it with Rohit. He was like, what?
Yes,
He went and investigated. Now he's like obsessed with Substack and
yeah,
he's actually getting revenue, subscribers,
yes,
owned
yes,
things from it. Like, so
yeah,
it just took him, and I am so happy for you. Like,
yes,
it's
yes.
my favorite thing. I love it for you. So glad. Good for you.
And Judy raised that issue about compliance. And what if everything goes away? Like,
Yes.
what if something happens to Zenler?
Oh,
Right.
right.
Because I had we've had those
Yeah.
discussions. So yeah, Judy brought that up to
That
you.
led me to create my third domain name. Now I am safe.
He's like, I'm protected. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm.
that was because of that Canvas, what's it called? Canvas, I think, that the school teachers use.
Yes.
It
It
crashed.
went away. Yes.
It went away like the last week of school for my friend, and I don't know, they somehow were able to get all their files back. They had 48 hours to download everything, and it just sounded like a nightmare. But
Yeah.
yeah, that led to I mean, I have everything backed up, but it also led me to wanting to back up the finished classes very nicely packaged in little folders, safely put somewhere,
Yeah.
just in case, just in case.
Yeah. It is scary. That's the one thing that I've always ownership. Like, what do you have access to? What do you have control over? Right? You have to know what those things are. It's okay to rent and borrow things as long as you know that that's what you're doing and you own the center. As long as you always own the center and you know what the center is, you're
Yeah.
good. Yeah. It's very
I
good.
am facing, on one hand, I am facing a challenge in my business. And on the other hand, all my business processes and my coaching models and frameworks are getting very streamlined
Good.
and high quality. The offering is becoming high quality because artificial intelligence allows me to create things that look premium. Like, for example, Claude recently launched a feature called as Claude Design,
Mhm.
which is like Canva on steroids.
Yeah.
I just give it a prompt and it gives me a nice slide deck and it looks very premium. So, on one hand, my offering is becoming premium. But on the other hand, the challenge is how do I find a customer who pays me $5,000 for a 3-month one-on-one weekly coaching program? So, I have started meeting people, but they don't fit the criteria of uh, investing that much amount. So, that is one challenge. Of course, the more people I meet, the higher is the probability that I will
Mm-hmm.
land the first client. I
Mm-hmm.
already had one client, but I gave a 1 year coaching. That was
Too
that was
much.
my mistake. That was a mistake.
That was too much. Well, one of the things, just like with your Substack, right? Like
Yes,
that's a discovery layer for you, right? But
yes,
it's also something that's owned because the list that you gather there is
yes,
owned. That's owned at the center,
yes,
and it's a discovery tool for you. So
yes,
you have to look at what that discovery. So, but that layer, that the Substack layer, that's more for the course, right? That's that
yeah.
audience. Okay. So
Substack is, yeah, my video
where are
course students.
where are you meeting people for the higher ticket thing? Where is that discovery layer?
These people who are willing and able to pay $5,000 for a coaching program already exist in my subscriber list.
Okay.
My mentor said that my offer and my positioning is not aligned in such a way that I connect with these people. So I have to improve on my offer. I have to improve on my positioning, my messaging, right? I have to start talking about how my existing clients are benefiting from my coaching. So I have to start writing case studies,
Absolutely. That
individual case studies on Substack, so
mhm.
that these people, I have around 2,500 subscribers on Substack now.
Case studies
Some
are
of these
very
people, yeah,
big. Yes.
yes. Out of these 2,500 subscribers, I only need 20 because if 20 people pay you $5,000 each,
Yeah.
that's $100,000 revenue, which is significant for an Indian person. In US, UK, it might not be a big
Well,
amount.
but that's was my question to you,
Yeah,
Rohit, because
yeah,
I thought that your Substack and your subscriber list and that you had been growing was very focused on the Indian stock market and that's
yes,
not a lot of Americans in there.
yes, yes.
So
That is the
where
problem.
is your okay? But you just said, okay, I just want to point this out. Okay. You just said that your clients are in your email list already. But are
Yes.
your clients American that are in there, or are those the Indian market? Like, which is it? Are they
You
the
can say
5,000 people?
80% are Indians. The 20% are a mix of France, Italy, Canada, US, Australia, because these are people whom I have actually coached before. They are
Okay.
already there. In a
Okay.
Zoom call, I have coached them before. They are already there. Some of them could
Okay.
pay, but
Okay.
I
So
have
you
I have to
know,
learn.
do
Yeah.
know that they would pay, that they can afford to pay? You know, they can afford to
Because
pay?
because in US, UK, the income, average median income of a person is 150,000, maybe 200,000. Average medium income. For that person to pay $5,000 is
Is
less
yes,
than
yes, yes.
5% of
That
their
part.
annual income. Yeah.
Yeah, that part I get. But I just want to make sure that for you, that you know that the people on your list actually meet that criteria.
Yes.
I'm not
Yes.
disagreeing with the criteria, but do they
Yes.
meet it? And you're sure that they meet it,
Yeah. They
that
they
they may.
meet the
Okay.
they can
Okay.
easily pay,
Well,
sir.
because not
Yeah.
everybody in America makes $100,000. I know quite a
Yeah.
few people personally
Yeah.
that make way less than that. So that's what I'm saying. Are the people on your list, you know that they
Yes,
are
yes,
in that
yes.
audience? Okay. So
Yes.
then the first thing is, yes, absolutely.
Case studies, coaching
Case
case studies.
studies.
Yeah.
Well, and the case studies are going to be, case studies have always been a great resource. Okay. They just always have been, and an asset within a business. It's changing that these case studies are going to become the foundation of a business. And here's why, because case studies cannot be faked by AI. Do you
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Real results and outcomes that you have delivered for people, that cannot be faked.
Yes.
That's real lived experience. Not I imagined it, thought about it. I like this idea. I believe in this idea. So I'm going to tell people and teach them about it.
Yeah.
No. You have lived, earned, owned experience in this. And those
Yes.
case studies prove it. So case studies are going to be one of the most valuable assets of every single business, because those case studies prove that you have the actual lived experience.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that's a big, big deal in the future when AI, as you said, can produce this really beautiful looking content, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Incredible. Just because a person put in a prompt and created this beautiful content doesn't mean that the person understands the content. Doesn't mean that the person has the experience that matches what the pretty content looks like on the surface. They need to be able to go deeper, which is why I love that you do the Substack, because that gives them that deeper layer. Sure, put beautiful visuals on social media
Yeah.
that drive back to the belief system and
Yes.
the values and the coaching and the results.
Yes.
That will really help develop that relationship. And it's the only, just keep reiterating it. Another case
Yeah.
study, another case
Yeah.
study, another case study.
And
Yeah.
some case studies are so weird that I have to say, I have to put it out there in the world for people to believe that this can also happen with a person. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you have 3 minutes, I will tell you a weird case study. Okay. I had a client, he had a $50,000 stock portfolio, $50,000, living in New York. He's a person from Singapore, $50,000 portfolio. Whenever he would find a stock to buy, which met his criteria, he would never put more than $500 in that stock, which is like 1% of his overall portfolio. I said to him, even if the stock doubles, how much will you make? You will only make $500. Now compare that to $50,000 portfolio. You are only making 1%. So your position size, the proportion of your money that you put in a stock is so small, is that even if you make money on the stock, it will hardly make any difference to your life.
Yep.
I was trying to explain that to him. Instead of
Mm-hmm.
putting 500, you should put 5,000.
Yeah.
And I dug deep into why this is happening. After 3 months of coaching, what I realized, his dating life in US, there is this dating culture. In India, we don't have that. He dated so many women and he got cheated many times. So he had trust issues. So every time he got betrayed, that left a scar somewhere inside him. So when he came to the stock market, now he started feeling that the market is, if he buys a stock, puts $10,000 in the stock, the market would betray him if the stock goes down.
Yep.
So he was bringing his personal life experiences to the stock market. I
He
said,
was telling himself a story about it.
yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah.
These women have cheated me. Now there is a possibility that the market will cheat me. If I buy a stock, it will start to come down. That was his fear.
Yeah.
That is why he was not putting adequate amount of money in a particular stock.
Mhm.
I said, in your mind, you have to disconnect these two things. This is a profession. That's your dating life. I mean,
Yeah.
if three of them cheated on you, you can find someone else. Don't bring that here. It took me like months to bring him to that level. So it's not always about money. People don't come to me always to make money.
Right.
Some people also come to me to
Get rid of a block.
the mental block.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah,
people come to me because
absolutely.
they don't have anybody to talk to.
Exactly.
One client has nobody to talk to. His wife
Well,
does not
that's
understand
what
what he's doing.
Judy and I were just talking about, the fact that creators need that, right?
Yes.
Or where they have that through you as a connection to somebody to talk to. Absolutely.
Yes, yes. So
Mhm.
these are weird case studies which I would like to document
Yeah,
without
absolutely.
naming the client. I
Yes,
would like to
no,
document all of this.
privacy.
Yeah,
Yes. I think that's a great idea. That's a great way to really dive into it. It's
yeah,
a smart way, right? Because it's telling a story, right? And how many other people are going to read that? You have the 25. How many subscribers are you up to now on Substack?
2,500 now.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So to me, it's everything. That is just, mwah, I love it. That's everything. I'm so excited that because I tell people about things all the time, and
Yeah, yeah,
they don't do it. They don't and I'm just like, oh, whatever. I can't convince anybody. Like, I can't force
yeah,
anybody to grow their own business. You know what I mean? But when Rohit heard me mention, I didn't even try to convince him. I just mentioned it. And
And
he
yeah,
went off on his own,
yeah,
right? That's the energy it takes to build a business. You
yeah,
like, wait, what? Let me go find that out. And that is what you did. And it is so incredible. And that's what it has to do. Take the step, take the action. Go do
yes,
it. Because now people are able to read those stories, and every time they read a story, they've had somebody out there out of those 2,500 people have had a similar experience to this person. So they're going to read this story about your guy
yes,
who's had too
yeah.
much heartbreak, and they're going to read it and they're going to go, "Oh, yeah, those women have done that to me too." And then they're gonna go, maybe that's why I'm not successful. I need to listen to Rohit a little bit more.
Yeah,
And they're gonna buy in, they're gonna be like, yes, this is why. And they're just gonna start reading into it more. And absolutely, you will make community connections that way, because every person, that guy has an issue with women, most men do.
yeah, yeah,
So, so now that's definitely an area that you can talk to people about. That's hilarious.
yeah,
You could even create, I would be interested. You created some videos for
animated
TikTok,
video of this.
little TikTok videos
yeah, yeah,
around investors who have had maybe some distractions in their personal
yeah,
life, and how it could be impacting their trading life. Like do some TikTok videos. But yes,
yeah,
all of the case studies. Somebody else has had another experience from
Yeah.
another one of your clients that
Yes.
had this
Yes.
kind of block that was
Yes.
different from that one, right? So the more variety of those stories and that you can tell, and what we were talking about earlier comes right back to that, from one idea at the center, and how
Yeah.
many different perspectives can we talk about this one idea around? How many? You know, you can connect so much to one thing. And if you
Yeah.
have that, then you will get sick of hearing yourself talk about it.
Yeah.
You will feel like, gosh, I talk about this way too often.
Yeah.
Nobody else feels that way. Why does nobody else feel that way? They don't feel that way because they're not living in that every single day, all day long. They're only living in it while they read your essay, right?
Yeah.
They're only experiencing it in that moment. The rest of the 24 hours of a day, they're not thinking about that thing, right?
Yeah.
They've got other things at life coming at them. So much so that they might have forgotten that they've even read your essay. So when
Yeah.
you publish another one, right, they're going to read it,
Yeah.
or they might reread the same one and be like, oh, this, I can't tell you how many times I've done that. I've read an essay for the second time, forgot that I had read it already
Yes.
because so much is going on. Read it and been like, this feels familiar.
Yeah. It has happened to me
And
also.
then I go into the comments and realize, oh, I commented on this. I did read it before, right? But now I'm reading it again. So trust me, you cannot post about the same thing too often. People forget that they even read it. So
Yeah.
you can continue to
Yeah.
promote that same
Yeah.
content, right?
Yes.
You don't
Yes.
have to have your whole world taken up by creating new content, constantly pumping out, oh, I got to be part of the machine. No, you don't. You do not have to be part of the machine, because telling this different stories around the same thing over and over, people will connect you. It's a slightly longer path. I'm not going to
Yeah.
lie, but you, Rohit, specifically, I mean, you've got 2,500. That's a very solid, respectable,
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
very solid. Like most people, yeah, that's
I
very
just need
solid.
20 of them to start
Yes,
paying serious attention
exactly.
to my work. I don't like
Yeah,
to use the word convert because I don't want to convert people to clients, and convert is not a good word here. I would like 20
right.
out of those to pay attention to my work so that
Yeah.
I can bring transformation in their
You would
life.
like to
Yeah.
connect
Yeah.
with 20
Yeah.
of those people
Yeah.
to help them elevate to the next
Yes.
thing.
Yeah. That is the right way
Absolutely.
to put it. Yeah. That is the
Yeah,
right way
I
to put
love
it.
that. That's absolutely. And that is, we talk a lot about language on
Yeah.
Support Desk, and about how we word things and what they mean, and what feelings that brings up in different people who've had what different experiences,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's always great to be aware of that. When you're aware of that, uh, that puts you ahead of a lot of other people. And you, I know you do this, Rohit. I know Judy
Yeah.
does this, but we
Yeah.
can use AI to help us with that as well, to be adversarial with us, to say, here, find the gaps in what I'm talking about here. Tell me, what am I missing? Evaluate what I've done, and
Yeah.
give me a grade. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, ask it and learn about yourself so that you can constantly improve in order to connect more with more of those people consistently, you know? That's good. It's very good. And to those people, yeah, I would pay very close attention to that. Keep
Yeah.
evaluating your numbers and
Yeah.
give those numbers, give that data to some AI models, and try to figure out. I'd be very interested with the people who are reading once you start putting out the case studies. I would look at, read time, or I would look
Ah,
at,
yes, yes, yes.
and I
Yeah,
would look at,
absolutely.
the comments and the reshares, they're coming from. And definitely I would optimize for feedback, right? So that
Yeah.
you like that engagement, so that you can tell whether it's working or not, and then evaluate all the responses and the replies from the people, because in their responses, it'll tell you the parts of that story that connected with people.
Yeah.
And then you can start using the notes section
Yes.
on Substack
I
to,
use that. Yes.
yes, to continue to talk about all of that and drive people, new people, to that essay. And you can pin more than one essay. I just
Yeah.
learned that. So there's one person that I follow on Substack, and I didn't know this before, but you can pin multiple posts, right?
Yeah.
And you can pin them in the order you want. So what does
Okay.
that create? It creates a path. It
Yeah.
creates a path. So no matter what it is, if I, this particular person whose essay I found that essay the other day, right? But they've been publishing content on Substack for 5 years, okay?
Yeah.
So they've been on a long time. So they've got lots of stuff. So when I went to their profile to
It
subscribe,
was a pinned post. You saw a
right,
pinned
and I
post.
can
Yeah.
see, no, I saw several pinned posts with dates from
Yeah.
like 2024,
Yeah.
2023, whatever it was, but they were strategically pinned there as a path to help
Yeah.
me get to understand not just what that person does, right? Because I kind of know that already, but also it helped take me through the journey of their
Yeah.
worldview, right?
Yeah.
And their experiences to really solidify my relationship with them.
Yes.
And so pinning that path, that journey, and not doing it necessarily right from the start. Once you start publishing these case studies, you'll look at the ones that are the most popular, that got the
Yeah.
most feedback, and those are the journeys. Once you've got that feedback, you learn, you've experienced, you've created the case study, you've published the
Yeah.
case study.
Yes.
People have responded and consumed that and given feedback, and you know how you feel about it. So now you have data
Yeah.
around that. And as you continue that, then yeah, you can create a little path on your Substack for people to follow. I think
Yeah.
that
I
could
did
be
not know
really great.
this. I
Yeah.
did not know that you could pin multiple articles.
Yeah.
I have pinned only one.
Me too. I didn't know
Yeah.
either. I did too. Yeah.
One only. Yeah. One only.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you,
very
Allie,
welcome.
as
Yeah.
always.
Pin a journey. It's a path, you
Yeah.
know, start here, start here, start here. You know, whoever that ideal client is, that one that needs their problem solved,
Yeah.
put yourself into their shoes. They
Yeah.
found you on Substack, they read something and they're like, oh, this guy gets it. And then they
Yeah.
go to your Substack. What do they want to see those first 5 posts? What are the first 5 things that person wants
Mm.
to see from you?
Yeah.
And that's how you start to build that path there.
Lot of people on the internet were saying that after video came, people were saying that blogging was dead. These people have no idea what they are talking about.
Oh no,
Blogging is so powerful.
so powerful,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. A colleague, friend, and mentor, Sarah Arrow, she is the partner of Kevin Arrow, who
Yeah.
works with Zenler.
Yeah.
Yeah, she will tell you very often, she's heard so many times about how blogging is dead. And she just goes, yep, whatever, as she blogs away
Yeah.
and brings in like hundreds of thousands of leads and whatever else and money and drives traffic, and like it's just, she just laughs her way all the way to mastering
Yeah.
SEO and blogging. So yeah,
Yeah.
I completely understand. And that's one of the things that happens. That's one of the things I think creator communities like this and what Zenler does, and giving you all this space that
Yeah.
they have provided, it helps us talk to each other about these things, because sometimes we wouldn't know if we just listened to the person that said, this is what's important. If we listened to the people that said, oh, blogging's dead or email's dead or this or that, if we listened to that, where would we be? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
because, and how do we know who to listen to? How do we discern that, right? So building a community and creating that space where we can just ask those questions like, hey, have you heard that blogging's dead? Because I don't, it's not something I'm experienced with. I don't know. And then you can come in and then somebody who knows can come in and say, you know what? No. People say
Yeah.
that, and this is why. Why do they say blogging's dead? Because they have something they want to sell you, right? They
Yeah.
benefit from telling you
Yeah.
blogging's dead.
Yeah.
Right? The same thing with anything else. If they tell you this is dead, why are they telling you that? How does it benefit them? Right? That's a discernment. That's, critical thinking. Ask
Yeah.
yourself some questions. If
They
somebody
have
is
a
telling
vested
you,
interest. Yeah. They have a
yes,
vested interest.
exactly. They always do. What is that vested interest? Doesn't necessarily mean it's bad that they have a vested interest, right? It just means that they do, when you need to be aware of what that vested interest is.
Yeah.
Because does that vested interest align with your vested interest? If it
Yeah.
does, then good. If it doesn't, you probably want to move along.
Yeah.
Right? But having a community where we can all openly discuss things and
Yes.
learn from each other and our own experiences, right? Oh gosh, I dealt with this and this is what happened. So watch out for that. So it's a really great way to keep each other protected, really, and learn and grow together.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
very
you so
welcome.
much.
You're welcome. So what else are you working on this week? What are you working on this week, Rohit? Do you have goal? Do you have have you met all of your goals? Are you publishing your content on your schedule and doing your notes?
Yeah, there was a dilemma in my mind. How much content do I put out every week?
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, YouTube. Now, there is a limit to how creative you can be in a week.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking about 4 videos in a week or 2 videos in a week, right? That was my dilemma.
Yeah.
Then I looked at my own behavior. Who are the people that I follow? There is one guy I follow on YouTube. He produces only one video per week, like a 30-minute video. I have realized that I not only watch his video every week, but I go back to his old videos and I spend a lot of time on his YouTube channel.
Yes.
So I realized that it is not about the frequency of my content creation. Even if I produce one per week instead of 2 or 4, if I just produce one per week, I can expect my audience to watch that video. If they like that video, they will go back. There are 500 videos on my YouTube channel. They can go back and watch the remaining ones.
Mm-hmm.
So I might feel that I am only doing one video per week. I don't feel productive. But in reality, that is not the case. The more quality I put into one video,
Mm-hmm.
the more likely they are going to go back and watch my other videos. It
Yeah.
took me a lot of time to understand this
Well,
because I
here's the
started,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah, video, it is true. Long form content like that,
yes,
30, 40, 60-minute videos tend to perform better on
yes,
YouTube because of the watch time. It is because of
yes,
the watch time, right? You're watching a video. YouTube's a video platform. So if you have an hour-long video and people are watching the entire
yeah,
video,
yeah,
YouTube's going to say, hot damn, you got somebody
yeah,
on our site for a whole hour and now they're clicking for this. So they will show your channel to more people. But here's the
yes,
trick, right? Here's the trick. You still, if you want faster growth on YouTube, right? If you want to get
yeah,
more subscribers, you
yes,
definitely, the long form content once a week, totally fine. Put it there. Take that one long form
yeah,
video, upload it into AI, have it create 30 shorts videos
yeah,
for you
yeah, yeah,
and post a short every day, which is related to the same topic, right? Because that'll
yeah,
get in the For You feeds and all of that to get new
correct, correct,
subscribers over. But then when they get there, they've got real content, but it has to be quality. It has to be
yeah, yeah,
in-depth, real quality,
yeah,
not
yeah,
fake stuff. Because like you said, they will bookmark it. And not
yeah,
only will they bookmark it, but they will rewatch that video more than once.
yes, yeah,
I've got I showed you all Sabrina Romanov's YouTube
yeah,
channel.
AI
Yeah,
videos, yeah,
AI videos. I have several of those trainings bookmarked and I go back to them to reference them and go rewatch certain things. Her
Yeah.
channel is getting so much watch time from me. It's
She has millions of,
unbelievable.
yeah.
Exactly. So even if you only have, for example, 10 videos on YouTube, if they're that hour long, if you have a handful of clients, because Rohit, you actually have an audience already, right? There are some
Yes.
people, so there's a different strategy for people who have zero audience versus
Yes.
people who have some audience. You have actual
Yeah.
email list and traffic you can drive to a video if you wanted to, and you
Yes.
have traffic on YouTube you can drive to your website and elsewhere. So
Yeah.
that is a very important distinction to make for people who have zero following, you know.
Yes.
But for you, you have those people, so they will bookmark you, they'll come back to you. It's a very smart strategy to
Yeah.
have those deeper content because you have people you know that already want that content. You've validated it already. They want
Yeah.
it and they will come back. And those are the people that love you. Those are
Yeah.
the ones that that one when you told me you asked, why did you decide to work with me? When you asked your client
Yeah.
that question. Like those are great stories, you know?
One issue I want to raise here is the creator feeling unproductive. This is about how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
See, my video is being watched by thousands of people, but I can't see that. Like, I can't see people actually watching my video. So I feel unproductive because I published only one in a week.
Mm-hmm.
But that is not being unproductive. This is what I had took some time to reconcile. Just because I produce one video per week doesn't mean that I am an unproductive person.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a long time to understand that because my mentor helped me understand that because he is producing only one video per week and I spend a lot of time on his channel. So I found out a way to spend that time on something else,
Mm-hmm.
like maybe writing a blog post or trading or something else.
Mm-hmm. Or taking a nap. I like naps.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because if I'm producing 5 videos a week, obviously the quality is going to go down.
Mm-hmm.
I will not be able to produce 5 masterpieces in a week. No way.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So that is what I'm going through right now,
Yeah.
is to come to peace with the fact that even one high quality content per week is more than enough if I position it, promote it properly.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
100% it's enough.
Yeah.
And that one video can be turned into 5,000 different pieces of content,
Yeah.
depending on
Yeah.
what you want to do. When you have an hour long, I mean, and that's what you do,
Yeah.
like long form content, Rohit.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
you're
Only
a
long form.
creator, you're a creator after my own heart. Yeah, only
Yeah.
long form, like literally chapters of essays
Yeah.
and long videos. And that is incredible source content, is what it
Yeah.
comes down to. You are the source of the information. Your brain, your
Yeah.
experience, and everything that you bring into AI, that is the magic. So if you
Yeah.
create that 1 hour, you can
Yeah.
give that 1 hour to AI and ask it to create for you, like you said, a full slide
Yes.
deck.